Growth hack your brand and then destroy anything that moves.
You need to grind hustle your platform manifest.
It's all about entropy, elegance, and finance. Blockchain.
Invest in real estate every day.
Invest in meal estate every morning.
You need to mind hack the mind shackles that are grabbing your mind. Entrepreneurs.
Entrepreneur. Teach a man to fish and he'll eat for a day. Eat the man who just fished and you'll eat for a lifetime.
Spartans!
Business Money Hacks. Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of Business Money Hacks. I'm Bridge Stewart.
And I'm Dustin Taylor Hahn. And today we have very special guests on, but before we have them, we wanted to talk about this idea of new industry. You know, there's a lot of new industries coming about nowadays, and how do you make sure that you're in the forefront of new industries?
Oh God, yeah. I mean, there's so many new industries. There's a new industry every day. I mean, it's a beautiful thing, just waking up to, you wake up and you look on the internet and suddenly there's a fresh new industry. It's just waiting for you. It's like waking up to a piping hot new industry.
A piping hot bowl of industry.
Fresh industry.
Fresh.
Now, it wakes you up. Wakes you up seeing a new industry.
You know, I have the regular internet and then I have the other internet that some of us are privileged to be able to log in on. And man, there's a lot of new industries on there.
All sorts of fresh new industries peeking up on the dark internet. Yeah, I mean, you're a little more of a fan of that than I am. I don't really like to do that kind of stuff, but to each their own, I suppose.
You want to dabble. It's good to dabble in a fresh new industry. You know, you take a new industry out, you take them out to an island off the coast. Nice fresh industry, and start letting all your associates meet that fresh new industry. Take it to an island.
Yeah, meeting a new industry, inviting them on a plane, taking them to an island, having them meet important people. And when they try and swim away, you chase them down and make sure they stay on the island.
Yeah, like a young industry.
Nothing better than a young industry. I like my industries young.
But who doesn't?
Old industries, I hate old industries. Yuck. Yuck. Gross.
You know, I've spoken of the fresh new industry with other heads of state. Bill Clinton is really into new industry now.
Oh, he's always loved new industry.
He's always like lurking around, and sometimes I just like to watch.
And one of these fresh new industries is the world of crypto, obviously, but that's really picked up is the world of NFTs. And that's what we'll be talking about today is this new industry.
NFTs.
And how it's changed the world.
Well, let's introduce the guests. Hell. So I'm very proud to announce we do have the Winklevoss twins on.
Thanks for joining us.
Hi, this is Tyler Winklevoss speaking. Glad to be here. Me and my brother, we love any opportunity to evangelize about cryptocurrency and especially NFTs these days. A lot of misinformation going around. We are glad to be here.
Hi, Cameron Winklevoss here. Whatever Tyler just said, yes, that. And I'd also like to add that you guys are talking a little bit too much about the island stuff. You got to keep that on the down low.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. We probably shouldn't be bringing up, the islands, but God, it's just so much fun. I can't contain myself talking about the island sometimes.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun in it. I know the idea is not to, but man, is it a blast.
The first rule of Island Club is you don't talk about Island Club. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's kind of fun to bend the rules too. That's sort of the philosophy of the island. I feel like is bend whatever rules, whatever hang-ups you might have, just throw them out on the island.
I think it was Friedrich Nietzsche who said, "You stare into the island too long, the island stares back." So.
It's a dark world. It's a black hole. Well, so let's talk about the NFTs.
Yeah, let's move on from that.
Yeah. So Tyler and Cameron, you're twins.
That's right. Identical twins, as you can see. Although, funny story, I'm left-handed. Tyler is right-handed.
That's right, Cam. It's pretty weird, right?
That's interesting. So you guys could technically be almost like one person. So it's like you get really close to each other. One person is grabbing things with the right hand. One person is grabbing things with the left hand.
Yeah, we essentially function as two people in one.
It's like a transformer.
Yes.
So when you're shoulder to shoulder, you have your dominant hands. You could really choke a new industry in a very
Yes.
strong way.
Yes, in an ambidextrous way.
You have a background in rowing as well, so
We are Olympians. We were in Beijing 2008. We placed
there's
sixth.
a lot of fresh industries out there too.
Would have done a lot better if it weren't for Mark Zuckerberg sabotaging us once again.
We didn't want to bring it up, obviously. I mean, that seems to be a sore subject.
It's a
I mean,
pretty sore subject.
there was a great movie about the whole thing. I mean, probably my favorite movie of the last decade. I mean, obviously, they took some liberties, but God, the music and the acting and the characters, it just felt so real, so tangible. I loved every minute of that movie. It's so good.
Drive. You're talking about Drive, right? Zuckerberg's got that really cool jacket, and then he beats up on. He's got
that one was good.
I don't think that was about us.
No, but it was about. I mean, it was based off of Zuckerberg's,
No, I don't think so.
Drive life. That was. That was
Ryan Gosling is cool. He's a little bit asymmetrical in the face, which we dock a few points for that in the Winklevoss family. We were all about symmetry, but
Right.
Ryan Gosling's character in Drive is cool. Mark Zuckerberg is not cool. Mark Zuckerberg is a fucking nerd who stole our idea for Facebook, and he ran off. And every court we've taken it to, they say, well, sorry, twins, you fucked up.
Those billions of dollars are our billions. We should be the ones buying islands in Hawaii and kicking the native people out, and we don't care about all of their ancient Hawaiian spirit ghosts that they say are going to haunt us and our family. That should be us riding around on mechanical surfboards with way too much sunscreen on our face, being photographed with long lenses from a mile away looking.
Yeah.
It's fucking Mark instead of us. So, yes, like you said, it is a sore subject.
But
Real
that's
jerk.
the game. I mean, that's the game that we all play up in this, up in the high towers. It's
On the island.
This is what you do when you get into this industry. Things are going to be stolen. Things are going to be stolen out of your home. Things will be taken from you, and you just have to.
The most
you gotta
dangerous game, some
take
would
the
say.
L.
Oh, and we have taken the L. And by L, I mean Litecoin. And we've taken the B for Bitcoin. We have pivoted to cryptocurrency with the twin kings of crypto.
It's true. It's
You
true.
best
I
believe.
just when I think of crypto, I imagine the twin kings standing above the pile of skulls, just lording over this crypto world, and that's you guys. So, I mean, I would like to know, how did you guys do this shift? I mean, you obviously were interested in social media at the beginning, but what drove you to get into the crypto world?
The big thing about crypto is it liberates money. You walk around with U.S. currency in your pocket. You don't really own that. That's the government.
Ugh.
I hate the government. The government tells me I can't
Yes.
do things. The government tells me I
Yes.
can't frack in my
Yes.
backyard, even though there's
Yes.
plenty of natural gas
Yes.
right underneath that ground. Obama won't let me frack. Biden won't let me frack. Trump let us frack
Yes.
for about 5 minutes, but anyway.
Richard, are you okay? Or
Yeah, no, I totally agree with every single word you just said.
Anyway, cryptocurrency, so it's decentralized. It's minted by computers solving math problems. There's no central bank. There's no Fort Knox. It's anonymized, encrypted. Two people can't have the same crypto tokens at one time because it's all there on the blockchain, and the blockchain is forever.
It's a beautiful thing because, I mean, I've said my entire life that we need to get rid of the government and replace it with some sort of automated mechanical process and almost an artificial intelligence, if you will.
Oh, yeah.
Go on. I like what I hear.
This is the first step. I mean, let's get everything automated. Get rid of the government. Let the machines run things.
we talk about this a lot, and the automation of the government would be great. So you're just trying to get food from the local grocer. You got to call up government.com, and then you go through 20, 30 minutes of questions from an automated device saying, what's your age? What's your phone number? And they ask you, and you go into this like loop where you're just trying to say, oh, I just need some food. I need food for my children. But you got to talk to the computer, the government
the dream.
computer. That would be the dream.
Cut out the middleman. Put the computer in the White House.
I think it's a beautiful future to imagine heads of state coming into the Oval Office. The desk is there, the chair swivels around, and it's just a server sitting in the chair, and it just beeping at different heads of state.
Hello, Shinzo Abe. Would you like to see my NFTs?
That's the dream.
And then he bows with respect.
I wanted to discuss NFCheese. What are NFTs for the layman?
You said NFCheese for a second. That got my brain moving. NFCheese.
Well, I like that. NFCheese.
Cheese on the blockchain. Now, that's a $1 billion idea right there.
A block of cheese.
You should probably cut that part out of the episode.
Cheese. No, we're gonna keep it. We're keeping it all. We never cut anything.
Cheese on the blockchain.
Each
piece of NFCheese is unique. No two NFCheeses are the same NFCheese. And we got the blockchain token to prove it. Cheese is an industry in serious need of disruption. The cheese has been around for 10,000 years.
Absolutely. It's old.
And it's been mostly the same. It's old. It's stagnant. Cheese needs a shake.
It's wrinkled.
It's rancid. Although, in our sector of society, some cheese, you want it a little bit rancid, if you know what I mean. You want to smell that funk. You want to feel that funk. You want to just let it sweat in the closet for a couple months and get funkier and funkier and funkier until you take a bite and force that piece of cheese down your throat. Against your will, you are fighting with all of your body's instincts. This rotten, rancid piece of cheese does not belong in this temple of a body, and yet you persist because you know you paid $10,000 for that cheese.
That's the beauty of NFCheese, NFTs, is that you pay for it. You own this art.
Yeah, so we've been around the world. We go to museums and very rich people's homes around the world, and they always have big, nice, expensive art.
And you just want to tear it down, you know?
Every time I see a piece, I'm walking through the Louvre in Paris, I see something I like, I pull over the nearest usher or docent or whatever they call them. I pull them over and I say, how much? And they look at me with a confused look. They, quoi? And I ask if they speak English, and then they'll pull over another employee who does happen to speak English, and I'll ask again, how much? How much for the Mona Lisa?
How much? They go fromage?
And buddy, I can afford it, whatever it is. And they always say no.
Yeah, those French, they seem to have this idea that things are priceless.
Yeah, so after a long day of walking around the Louvre and asking to buy shit and them turning us away despite us having billions of dollars in bitcoins ready to deploy right now on the blockchain ledger, no banks involved, they will not sell us the Mona Lisa. So we leave in a huff and go down to the local fromagerie and buy the most expensive piece of cheese they have. And devour it.
White Stilton gold.
Exactly.
In this world, let's be real, anything has a price. And so it's like, you know, sometimes I'll be walking down the street and somebody, you know, they're walking their dog and I like the look of this dog. And I'll say, gimme. I have Bitcoin. Let me give you as much Bitcoin as you want. I need this dog. They're like, no, this is my dog. It's like, let me just give you the Bitcoin. And usually they'll run away from me after I start screaming at them that I'll give them Bitcoin for their animal. Yeah. Which, by the way, an animal, I mean, come on. I mean, how much Bitcoin is an animal worth? But, the French don't seem to understand this concept. Everything has value, especially Bitcoin.
That's why they've stagnated. We should put the French on the blockchain and shake things up over there. Also, speaking of animals, we have not addressed the elephant in the room. I'm getting a little emotional.
It's okay, Cameron. You can do this. We support you.
Okay, thanks, Ty. So the reason my voice might sound ever so slightly different than my brother Tyler's is because of an incident involving an animal, which we bought using Bitcoins on the blockchain. And that it was a horse. We own many horses. Much like what you just described, anytime we see a horse that we like the vibe
You like the mane.
We offer its owner Bitcoins. And we do this so often that we have amassed a ranch of hundreds of horses. And
a stampede.
You guys, I'm sure you both own a few horses.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I spent years and years working on a centaur, you know, trying to generate one. And it's never...
It's the dream.
It's the dream. It's the impossible dream. It never quite worked out. I ended up with a bunch of different versions of mutated horses. But I mean, I've owned a lot of horses that I've experimented on. I've owned a couple ponies. A mole woman has been there. That's not a horse, but it's certainly it kicks. I tell you that much. That thing
very rare.
That thing was a kicker.
One of these horses kicked me Cameron Winklevoss, just square in the nutsack, just exploded. I'm sorry to paint
Oh,
an
no.
ugly picture here. Just destroyed, basically a total
Out of
loss.
commission.
And most of my
Write
horses
those
love
off.
me, and I love them. This horse, though, this was the designated bad boy horse, as I'm sure you're aware. When you own hundreds of horses,
Oh yeah,
always
the
a
one
bad
that's
boy.
the wild,
Sometimes-
the wild one. The
sometimes
bad
you
boy
don't
with the
love 'em
long,
all, so you-
flowing mane.
you got to designate one of the horses to receive all of your hate, while the other horses receive your love. So you brush the good horses, you kiss them, you love them, you ride them, and then at the end of the day, you do all sorts of horrible things that you wouldn't do in the company of your other horses. You say slurs, you kick it,
Yeah, you
you
swear
spit
at the
on
horse. You
Yeah,
got to put all your
it's,
anger into one thing. I agree.
Important detail about this horse is we named our spite horse Mark Zuckerberg because we are still sore about it. So we
Talk about
we
a
named
bad
the
horse.
spite horse. So we love all of our horses, but we fucking hate Mark Zuckerberg.
Anyway, one day Mark Zuckerberg kicked me square in the balls while I was walking behind him. It was my fault.
Wow.
But
It's a bad horse. I mean, imagine that horse. You put a leather jacket on him.
So we fucking shot it after that,
Okay.
and then we ate it.
I've shot a couple horses in my day, and here's the
Sometimes
thing.
you got to shoot a horse.
Sometimes they come back. Like a direct bullet from a gun to a horse.
That's half the fun.
That's not going to put him down. I had a horse that I shot once, and it just kept coming. And it finally came into the house, ripped apart my office, just shredded that thing. I just kept putting bullets into it, and it would not go down. It ran away. I probably shot that thing 40 times. It kept going.
I'd imagine a horse like that would make a strong glue.
Probably too
You know,
strong.
that's
gorilla
probably too strong of a glue.
Yeah, it's kind of like gorilla glue at that point, which
Horse glue.
they do make out of gorillas.
They do.
I didn't know that. You're saying Gorilla Glue was made out of a combination of a gorilla and a horse.
They grafted horse genes onto a gorilla. It's a hybrid horse gorilla, a chimera.
Sure.
You'll find folks at Gorilla Glue.
They made their own new
They
industry.
created the ultimate glue animal. It's a gorilla with hooves, and when you kill that gorilla, you create the strongest glue imaginable. But horses are hard to kill. Gorillas very hard to kill.
That's
Have you ever shot a gorilla?
very hard to kill.
40 bullets,
Yeah.
try 400. They do not go down. So
Unless you get it to trust you.
down at the Gorilla Glue factory, every day is an adventure.
They're just having to set off explosives in the gorilla glue factory to kill these things. It is tough to kill those things.
But I'm saying you could raise that gorilla from a young gorilla pup. That's what they call those. And you could teach it sign language and get it to trust you. Get that gorilla to come with you to that island and show off that gorilla. It's not too hard to piano wire that gorilla when it's not looking and take it out.
It's hard for the people to kill them because, the gorilla DNA that they've injected into the horse starts, it sort of gets the cognitive ability of the gorilla, so it can actually do sign language. And so as they're trying to kill this gorilla horse, it's signing, please, please.
Please stop. Don't do
Amy,
this.
Amy, good horse. Like as they lob grenades at this gorilla horse.
So I wanted to go back to Mark Zuckerberg, your bad horse. Before you put that horse down, it's a bad horse, but I could just picture him running around your ranch with his cool leather jacket, his silver leather jacket, getting into his real nice convertible, just driving.
are we talking about Mark Zuckerberg the horse or Mark Zuckerberg the man?
I just love that movie. Drive.
Just imagining a horse going around killing people with a hammer and looking cool. It sounds like this Mark Zuckerberg horse it might be that. I mean, I know you've had some sort of troubled history with this Mark Zuckerberg horse, but God, this horse sounds awesome.
This horse sounds like a
he's
dream. I would have
fucking
bought that
dead.
horse from you.
That horse is
So
dead.
you think?
Shot it in the head. and we ate it. We consumed its meat.
So you got a little Mark Zuckerberg in you,
Yeah.
I suppose.
Yeah, you
Now,
could.
now,
you
now
could
it's a
say
part
that.
of you.
In some ways, we
Yeah,
all
as
have a
much
little
as
Mark Zuckerberg in us.
So back
Yeah,
to
Mark
NFTs.
Zuckerberg's harvesting all of your data. Meanwhile, your data, you should put your data on the blockchain.
That's a smart move. Then nobody can track it.
Well, what I like about blockchain is that it's secure because of the energy it uses. From what I understand,
yeah.
it just burns through fossil fuels. And that's sort of like a guarantee. It's like, hey, you're safe because we just blew through the equivalent of a jet plane.
That's how you know it's working.
In the past hour to assure your
It's like
blockchain
when you get a
secure.
fast car. If I buy a fast car,
Yeah.
I want to hear it. I want to smell it.
So that you know
I
it
don't want it
exists.
sitting there quiet.
There's a big problem of knowing when things are actually real and when things aren't real. And the louder things are, the more you know that, okay, that's something that isn't a hallucination. That's not one of my fever dreams.
We microdose every day. I'm microdosing right now. It can be hard to separate reality from fiction.
Yeah.
Are you guys? What are you guys? You guys dosing right now?
I sort of had to get off that train. I went pretty deep down that tunnel. And I almost didn't come out the other side.
Maybe you still haven't. Maybe you're still in it.
Maybe, the only way I know something is real is if fossil fuels are burning. And I definitely am not seeing any fossil fuels being burnt in my immediate vicinity. So I could be dreaming right now.
You could be on one right now.
I'm going to have to get back in my Lamborghini and roll that coal right out the engine at the back just to know it's real.
Just to drive with Ryan Gosling.
Mark Zuckerberg. Horse.
Oh, Ryan Gosling wearing a Mark Zuckerberg mask, driving me around, showing me the sights. We go to Mount Rushmore. We go to the cliffside, and he pushes me off.
He's a killer. Don't turn your back on Mark Zuckerberg. He will push you off a cliff. He pushed me and Cameron off a figurative cliff, and he would have pushed us off a literal cliff. That's why he owns all that property in Hawaii. A lot of secluded cliffs.
He's doing those Hawaiian sacrifices. You can throw people off cliffs in Hawaii, let me tell you. It's an island, and again, anything goes on an island.
Talk about the open sea. So OpenSea is one of the NFT sites where you can purchase NFTs. Guys, do you have your favorite NFT sites that you go to purchase artwork? Are you heavily into the art side of NFTs, or are you more interested in the buying and selling?
There are many sites with which to buy and sell NFTs. The one we own, Nifty Gateway, happens to be our favorite because we own it and make a lot of money off of this craze, which is not a fad. This is forever. This is the future of art.
There's a big difference between
That's
fads
right.
and...
It's a craze that never ends. It's a never-ending
It's
craze.
like a plague.
But to answer the second part of your question, frankly, some people claim to be into art for the visual aspect. They say they appreciate the artistic vision. I don't understand this one.
Aesthetic.
All that we care about, all the Winklevosses care about, is whether you can buy that damn thing. And now with NFTs, you can buy it. Look, people talk about downloading, like, oh, why would I buy an NFT when I can just download the exact same JPEG for free and put it on my wallpaper on my desktop and look at it whenever I want? And I laugh at them because you haven't bought something that other people can't have.
And that's what life's about.
Talk about in Washington, they turned the Constitution into an NFT, and now one person can own the Constitution. Just scan it in, and we rip up the original because we can't have that.
Why do you need it? Yeah.
Burn it.
What do you need that for?
Burn it.
Now it's been digitized. Get into the White House and break windows and get in there and do what you need to do.
Do what you need to do. Storm the White House. Hypothetically, right? Storm
the Capitol.
Yeah.
Storm.
So
Yeah.
I like the sound
Yeah,
of it.
virtually storm the White House, rip the president out of his, throne that he essentially has, and replace him with a server, digitally, of course.
Put the president on the blockchain. And that's the beauty of the blockchain.
Oh,
You
yeah.
can put anything on the blockchain.
I like this.
I've actually taken the liberty of putting this podcast on the blockchain as an NFT without either of your consent. I've done this already.
I don't like that.
Well, there's nothing we can do
Well,
about
that's the
that.
beauty.
That's the game.
That's the game.
Zuckerberg to
Anything
me.
could be an NFT, and it's a gold rush. In the old pre-NFT world, people owned things or they didn't, and that was it. But now there's a new layer to it. I can take anything, regardless of any ownership I actually have of it. I can take it, I can turn it into an NFT, and I can sell it.
Sounds like you've taken some cues from Zuckerberg. It sounds like you've kind of turned the tides and are Zuckerberging other people. I feel like I've just been Zuckerberged.
We just got the big Zuck.
Getting Zuckerberged is a term they use on the island. But this is a different kind of Zuckerberg, as in that you've stolen from us, and I hate it, but I also respect the game.
Next time, you should put your episodes on the blockchain before someone else has a chance to.
I've been trying to collect some NFTs myself. I mean, I'm a little bearish on NFTs as of yet, but yeah, I mean, they've been starting to sell NFTs on BestBuy.com, and I think I got a couple Pokemon replica NFTs. I don't know. There appears to be a lot of those these days, but yeah, I got to catch them all, right?
You really do need to catch them all.
You got to catch them. You got to hold them down, take them out to an island.
That's right. You store them on a server on an island in the Caribbean, international waters. Very little jurisdiction. You maybe have bribed the local officials in whatever banana republic the
No
legal
government.
boundaries.
No government.
Hey, local
happens to
official,
appear in.
here's some Ethereum. Why don't you look the other way?
How much? How much Ethereum?
How much
have you look
Ethereum
the other
do you
way?
need for me to take your daughter?
Usually that, and I have to explain Ethereum for the next 2 hours to these confused
Sure.
Yeah.
officials in the Bahamas. They never seem to get it. I just pull out my phone and I do show them the exchange rate to the U.S. dollar, and they suddenly become very interested.
So, Bridge, you've been buying NFTs recently. I do have to say, I have some NFTs that I've put up on Rarible.
Yeah, I saw this.
Oh, you have? These are some great watercolors that I've really been kind of putting my heart and soul into. These are
Yeah, they haven't exactly been flying off the shelves.
I've been watercoloring these dreams that I've been having. The Shadow Man is one piece, and then there's
we've met the Shadow
there's
Man.
the Furious Bird Children. That's one of my favorites. That's something that I had in a real deep sleep. So, Bridge, if you're interested in, there's one trapped in the cupboard at my mother's kitchen.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing with NFTs. I mean, art, it's in the eye of the beholder or whatever. But I mean, there needs to be something redeeming about it. There needs to be something that is mildly artistic, and the problem with your stuff is that it sort of lacks anything on that level. And so, yeah, maybe just don't do that stuff because it's. I don't think there's really a market for what you're making and your creative output. It's just nobody's going to want that. I don't want it.
Like I said, some people claim to appreciate art on its merits. Sorry, I'm grinding up some horse meat in the kitchen. Our mutual girlfriend is grinding up some horse meat for our
you gotta get that horse meat.
paleo
Oh,
breakfast.
God, so much fiber.
So do you have any extra Zuckerberg that you could share with us?
Oh, we got a lot of Mark. We kept Mark, kept him fat, well fed.
Yeah,
That must have been
savor
the
it.
chase
We
for the
savor that
ages.
Mark meat.
Trying to capture Mark Zuckerberg horse with his leather jacket, his cool convertible. Imagine trying to chase down the Zuck.
It wasn't easy.
Talk about the most dangerous game.
Back to your NFTs now. What I suggest you do is that you put your NFT up for sale, and then you create a second account, and you buy your own NFT for as much money as you have. Now, the government will tell you this is illegal, but you just do it anyway.
All right.
How are they going to prove it? So you buy it for $1 billion or whatever. That ends up in the newspaper. Someone else says, hey, that art looks like shit, but someone just paid $1 billion for it. I would like that NFT. I will pay $2 billion.
It's a great setup. All the great sales have just been self-dealing. You can cut that part out. We maybe don't want people to know.
Wait,
that
so
this
you're
is all
saying
just, a little
NFTs
bit
is
of
just
a scam.
people buying their own artwork in hopes that other people would buy that artwork at a higher price? And that's the new industry.
I may have given away the game a bit too much.
This sounds like quite a racket, and I am liking it. I mean, I oftentimes will buy my own stuff just for the thrill, just because I know it's illegal, because I like doing things illegal. That's why I like going to the island. But it sounds
The island
like
has no rules.
you have kind of given up the game. You've kind of Zuckerberged yourself here, in a way, by telling us that this is sort of the underbelly of this industry.
Sounds like you shot yourself in your hoof.
When I said that I had made this episode into an NFT and sold it for exorbitant amounts of money, I'd actually simply sold it to my brother Cameron, and he had pulled the funds out of our joint bank account.
It certainly sounds like a scam. Just the way that you explained it.
It's the future of art, boys. This NFT train, it is heading straight to the moon.
It's loaded with coal. This train is loaded with fossil fuels. And
Rolling
it
coal.
is
It is rolling
Loaded
coal.
in coal and Jersey blue cheese.
loaded
is
with
black
cheese,
smoke.
and it's headed to the
We're
island.
burning down the rainforest on our way to the moon.
A cheese-filled train just chewing away to that island.
Just throwing horses in
guys
that
ever have
oven
horse
and
cheese?
letting it go. Ooh,
Horse cheese?
Horse cheese.
No.
You ever milk a horse?
Never milked a horse.
My favorite lady horse.
Let's
of ours
milk
is
some horses.
Priscilla Chan Zuckerberg, our lady horse, our milk horse.
Oh, you had another horse
The,
called Priscilla Chan Zuckerberg on your ranch.
That's right. Every horse on our ranch has a girlfriend or wife.
As well.
Anyway, horses, they don't produce a whole lot of milk. You really gotta squeeze it out of them, and we're putting it on the blockchain.
You're putting horse cheese on the blockchain.
NFCheese, baby.
NF horse cheese.
Each cheese token is unique.
So you can have a horse token, and then you can milk that NFT to get the NFCheese. This I like.
That's right.
Now that can't be a scam.
People, everyone knows about minting and mining cryptocurrency, but not a lot of people talk about milking cryptocurrency. You gotta milk
When you get a hold of that chain and just start milking it.
You milk that chain. I grab it with my right hand. And I grab it with my left hand. And together we are an ambidextrous, hulking, Goro-like figure.
Then did you have an Eduardo Saverin horse on your ranch as well? Because, that's a horse I could get behind.
That's a horse with some milk.
We have horse equivalents of every person we've ever met. Today I purchased horses of the both of you.
Okay.
I'm sure I like the sound of that.
Oh, I'd like to own my own horse.
They are non-fungible horses.
So I could purchase my horse then. I'd like to purchase mine. I'm going to purchase Bridges.
No, I don't.
Let the games begin.
Whoop! Hold on. I've just purchased my own, and I've just purchased Bridges' horse.
No,
So that
you
is
can't
a
have
sale.
it. You can't have it. That's
a
not.
non-fungible horse.
That's not right.
Looks like it just Zuckerberged you, huh? I'm going to take that horse to the island, Bridge.
In this industry, I mean, there is common decency that you should have.
Now it's on a blockchain. Is that something?
God damn it!
Is he able to buy it, or what if I don't want to sell it?
You don't have to sell it.
I'll pay whatever price.
The price you pay for a pony.
Not to give away the game too much, but you don't actually own the horse. You just own the token that has a URL to a
thank
JPEG of the horse.
The
horse is still here on my
Thank
ranch.
God.
Oh, I can't get that horse? I didn't buy the horse.
No, you bought the
I just bought
NFT. You bought the NFT of the horse.
Man, this whole thing is a scam.
No, it's the future.
I thought I just bought
It's the
an
future of
actual
art.
horse. I just
The
bought
future of art,
a
the
picture.
future of podcasting, the future of horse ownership. Everyone would love to own a horse, and now through the magic of NFTs, anyone can own a horse, or at least an NFT of a horse.
I was
long
freaking
as
out
it's-
there for a second. I was about to lose it, thinking I got Zuckerberg, but I guess you got Zuckerberg, Dustin.
Yes,
that
I
makes
did. I didn't
that
quite
makes me feel good.
I didn't quite understand the NFT model, but
I feel much better after that. Well, thank you guys. I've learned a lot. I'm glad I wasn't screwed over, and I'm glad Dustin did get screwed over on this podcast. I always like when that happens. But yeah, thank you for teaching us about NFTs, Winklevosses.
It was our pleasure.
That's right. It was our pleasure.
Well, this has been Business Money Hacks. I'm Bridge Stewart.
and I'm Dustin Taylor Hahn, and see you guys on the island, boys.